My name is Barry Kuda. I'm the host of the podcast that you're listening to. Shut the fuck up and listen. We got another host. Say your name.
My name is John.
And today's episode's intro is about dumb drivers, dumb things we do while driving. You've got a story about dumb drivers, don't you?
Yeah. Yesterday, while working, I left and went down Lyon Parkway, which is a 2-lane road going, one lane in each direction. And it was in the area where there was no median. And as I came around the corner, there was a truck passing another truck with Christmas lights on the grill.
Which, that's always fun to have a festive... I don't know about other people, but here in the South, people just, slap shit onto their car during festive seasons. They just have, a full... I saw a skeleton doing a Heil Hitler on the front of somebody's car last year.
I saw that one, too.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's the same guy. But
probably. But, not all truck drivers are dicks, right?
I mean, if you're gonna put a bunch of
most dicks drive a truck,
and if you're gonna put a bunch of Christmas lights on your truck, that are is here's the thing. I like libertarianism. I like breaking laws and not having laws to follow in general. I'd say most of our traffic laws are there for a good reason. I'd say most of them are and I know for a fact. I've talked to people who are not first responders, who are firefighters, paramedics, police officers who need to know the law. You're not supposed to have those kinds of lights on the outside of your car. You're barely supposed to have them on the inside. If it can be seen as a certain level of brightness, you can get pulled over for that.
Yeah.
And so he's definitely just getting away with it. And
well, around here it seems our police force is very liberal in their light enforcement policy, because there's several trucks that have super bright white lights underneath their truck, which is just like white light. But
I saw a truck that had a set of blue headlights, which I know is illegal. You're not allowed to have red or blue headlights.
No, I've seen several cars around town with those.
So yeah, they don't care. They don't care at all.
No.
My stupid thing I do while driving is I drive head on at animals if I see them on in the road.
That's so fucked.
And so here's the thing. I don't hit them. I slow down before I get close to hitting them. But usually I will just go I'm in a car. Why are you in the middle of the road? Why are you taking up the whole road space?
So it deserves to be hit?
No, I don't hit it. I just drive up like I'm going to let it know hey, you should be frightened. And it's funny because one time there was a stray cat that I was doing this to, and it didn't move at all. And so I got out of my car to be like, yo, why don't get out of the road? And as I did that, it started doing that thing cats do where it raised its back up. And I had a moment where I was like, oh, if this thing attacks me, it could actually kill me. It might be an adolescent cat, but it is still an animal, and I'm still a human being. And I'm just walking up.
Full-grown cats.
Full-grown? Okay.
The motherfuckers, and the house cats, I mean. So, they're 14, 15-pound house cats.
I think my number's actually higher.
I
think my number's higher for full-grown cats than adolescents. Because I feel like I think a teenage stray cat is going to be...
like an 8-year-old cat?
Yeah, I think an 8-year-old cat's going to have more self-preservation. And it's not going to want to just go all out. But a teenage cat, if they're anything like people.
You called it a bitch in its language, and it's fuck up, and it squares up with you. These cats are mad.
And so
they're fighting you.
Well, no, but that's a full-grown cat, I think, is more likely to stop attacking than a teenage cat.
Well, but if there's a pride of them, how many are you going to take on?
And see, I think that with that in mind, full-grown cats probably close to 30.
30 cats?
Yeah. I think close to 30 cats I could take on.
That's a lot of cats.
Are you asking the number that I'd win or the number that I'd lose?
That you'd win.
Okay, so probably 24. I feel like I could confidently
really
fight that many cats. 25, I
24, 25?
25, 26, I start feeling less confident. 27, 28, it's definitely. Once we hit 29, I don't know. Like 29 is a gamble whether or not I'm gonna win. Like I think that
you better go get 23 of your friends.
29 I can win, but if we're taking odds like Vegas odds, I have the lower odds there. But if we're talking about adolescent cats, like 14 or 15. I'd probably say 15 or 16. Somewhere between 15 to 16 cats, I think I'd lose it for adolescents because I think that they'd be more brutal. I think they'd be more vicious. They wouldn't understand how to like keep the venom in its fangs. Not figuratively, literally. These are venomous cats.
Venomous cats.
I don't know.
And you would still take on 24 adult venomous cats?
Because they know how to control their venom.
No fucking way. No fucking way. Done. Done in like 4 cats. Done.
But no, it's so the driving head on at them. I usually will do it to wild animals like deers and shit, and they'll move. I'll just like drive up a deer, horse, cow, anything like that. I won't hit it. Like I said, I don't hit animals in the road. I want to make that very clear.
He just aims at them.
Yeah, I just aim at them and make them think that I'm going to hit them. And
you think that makes them purposely move out of the way, therefore like saving you from hitting them?
Yeah, I would expect that, and I did it to this cat, and the cat did not move, and I got out, and I was like, I'm going to make this cat move, and it did its whole, like, I'm about to fight you thing. I was like, oh, wait, no, my survival instincts kicked in. I was like, I need to get back in my car and drive around the cat.
You didn't tell it to get 23 of its friends so you could fight them?
No, because I had a moment where I was like, this is this cat's territory. I'm in enemy territory. I'm behind enemy lines. I cannot be treating this like it's like a chill. Oh yeah, I felt like a bit of a coward, but at the same time, I realized I was like, this is a dimly lit street, and I don't know what all is around me. Like straight up, there could be 15, 16 cats waiting off, and I like hit that cat.
They're off of the culverts.
I do something to that cat to like make it move, and then I just get fucking jumped. So no, I don't think it was a bad move, but at the same time, it made me rethink whether or not I should drive headfirst at animals. Maybe we should do something to make this guy with the truck rethink whether or not he should drive head on at other cars.
I was driving straight at him. I didn't have a choice.
But like maybe we need a bigger truck.
To be fair, I guess
there needs to be a bigger truck.
No, see, okay. So one time a friend of mine had to drive his friend's truck, and it's like one of the big fuckers, like the F350 big fucking Super Duty Max Ultra truck, and he said after about 10 minutes driving that truck, he understood why people in trucks were such dicks on the road. It's because it's just like driving a fucking throne.
Yeah, part of it is they don't have an option not to be dicks at certain places, like on the interstate and shit. There is an element of, oh, I can't stop my car soon enough. Do not get in my way. I'm about to spend $2,000.
So they'll go 95.
What?
Well,
I'm not talking about the people who go 95. If you're going 95, you're not good at driving a truck. I've seen people who are like going like 70, 75 miles an hour, very reasonable, maybe even less than that. But usually the ones who are going slower than that are a lot better and don't get in this position. But where they're like trying to merge and somebody else is there and they speed up. So they get in front of the truck while it's trying to merge, and the truck's like, well, sorry, dude. I'm just going to, I can't jolt back in the other lane because there's cars that are getting ready for me to not be in their lane anymore, and you weren't supposed to be there. So I'm just moving over because that's going to be the safest thing for everybody but you, and you put yourself in that situation. And, moments like that, I understand without even having to drive a truck. And if I did drive a truck, I know that it would be just as I would be more intense.
The dick wouldn't start to take hold.
Dude, I hope not. I hope I'd still be able to be
because he felt the taste of the power.
Dude, I've been listening to a lot of Frank Zappa lately, and I love Frank Zappa's music. As a musician, he's fantastic. Is this on my notes? I think this is in my notes. Yeah. Cool. So I have a whole thing about this. I think that while Frank Zappa's an amazing musician when it comes to his perception of himself, that cocky asshole takes hold and he cares more about making an example out of the situations he's in, out of the people he's interacting with, than he does actually expressing himself like in a way that people will enjoy. And I think that this is completely unrelated from any of the truck driving. This is just me pontificating. I think that it's important if you're going to have any sort of intelligent message to the art that you create, that you also have some level of enjoyability to be around. That you're some level of enjoyable person. And Frank Zappa he fucked so bad. Like, he fucked a lot. He fucked so much.
Is that
Frank
the
Zappa.
symbol of someone that's enjoyable?
I mean, he was enjoyable to someone. He was enjoyable to a lot of different people.
That's fair.
Just not in the way that I want him to be. He doesn't talk right, according to me, and that doesn't mean anything. But at the same time, I was watching David Lynch this morning. I was watching some David Lynch interviews, and I realized that David Lynch is just as intelligent and honestly pretentious as Frank Zappa, but he's way more fun about it. There's a scene of David Lynch being like, what a heavy load Einstein must have had. Fucking morons everywhere. And then just starts laughing because of how funny it is for him to compare himself to Einstein. And like, that. Oh, no, I'm still a goofy guy. I'm still a human being. And I feel like you definitely could reach a level of cocky where you aren't a human being. I mean, you are a human being, but you don't feel like a human being when you interact with them.
Superior to everyone.
Yeah, like fucking Magneto up in this bitch. I have it written down. He prefers to make examples out of less intelligent people instead of trying to better their understanding of his art. And I think that if you have a good relationship with the people you're interacting with, not even with art, but with most endeavors, politics, business, art, then you're going to be a lot better at getting them to not only see where you're coming from, but agree with where you're coming from.
Absolutely.
And this is why people who drive trucks should be a lot nicer. And I think that we should get bigger trucks to put them in their place. We should hire Aren't truck drivers? Don't they go on strike?
If they're like unionized, I think.
Yeah, they can do like independent work outside of the union. That's actually like a big problem, isn't it? You're not supposed to do that.
We'll try to unionize at work. It'll get immediately shot down.
That's what happened at Rockstar. GTA 6 delayed because Rockstar had to go union bust in the UK, which feels weird. Union busting feels like a much more American activity, which they still are Americans that did it, but it started from the Scots. It started in Scotland. Where is Rockstar's European Edinburgh? Out in Edinburgh, they started that. So they are apparently union busting just the same as Americans do. They learn from the best.
A tradition that keeps and keeps.
Which apparently, somebody said that Rockstar North was first, or to start it. Okay, so yeah, they are the main creative force behind Grand Theft Auto as opposed to American Rockstar. But that's Dundee. That's not why do these fucking European Rockstar studios have weird names? And then there's Rockstar London.
That one's the weirdest one of them all.
It has the coolest logo. It's pink. Anyways, yeah, they went union busting, and apparently Rockstar. If for those who don't know why Rockstar 6 is delayed, it's not because they made it. They actually didn't lie. Let's be clear. They didn't lie. They said that they needed to make sure that the game was polished to the level that their fan base expects, and they were trying to do that with the staff that they had, and they had to fire like 50% of them. So they are taking more time to polish it. It's just the polishing's not able to happen on time because they fired a bunch of people, and they're trying to sweep that under the rug.
I mean, it's omission. It's not lying.
Yeah, and I did enough omission that as a kid that I can't judge them too harshly for that. I will say,
we've all had our fair share of omissions.
dude, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. You know what I was just going to delete my notes. I forgot. I almost forgot about this. I found out today. Today, I've been watching Futurama since I was 8 years old. You want to know what I realized today?
What?
That Bender's name is a pun on the fact that he drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized that today. I was watching a bit where he was human, and in the comments it said Bender's on a bender. I was like, oh my God, that. Oh no, that's the whole point. I can't be like, that's such a clever joke. That's literally the point of the name of his character. And I got really mad at myself over the fact that I didn't realize. And I can't be too, because I was watching this as like an 8, 9-year-old kid, and he bends metal. That's established in the first episode.
Yeah.
And so
He is literally a bender.
for me, it's just like, yeah, he's the bender unit. That's just the part of the lore. And by the time I'm old enough to know what a bender is, I'm not going to associate that because that's and the lore of the show, that's different.
Yeah.
And it was a fun moment, but at the same time, I really do feel like I feel like that should happen a few years ago. Like, it's one thing to be like, wow, I never realized that because I was such a young kid when I was watching it. It's another thing to be like, wow, I've watched this show multiple times as an adult and still never got that very obvious joke sitting right in front of my face.
Yeah,
Which also,
I love Futurama.
that him as a human, there's a part where he's eating nachos, drinking a pint, he chugs a china of beer and is chiefing a cigar while dancing. And it's funny because seeing that, I was like, wow, that's such a human experience. I've seen so many people do that same thing.
I've done that.
Yeah, but also seeing another person do it with no self-control at all, I was like, we are just animals. We're just fucking monsters. We're just
I've
beasts.
been that person too, with no self-control, eating nachos and drinking
And,
alcohol.
It's fun, but at the same time, it really, like, Warhammer 40K talks about the fact that human beings are just as animalistic, if not more so, than a lot of the things that exist out in the universe. And like, yeah, we are just fucking beasts. We have all of this industrial technology, but we're still
just animals.
We're still just fucking animals eating nachos and trying to see if we can poop and eat at the same time.
And canning like 72 fucking snails into a can.
I'm still mad that they didn't just put 72 and put 6 dozen, because that tells me that the price is probably fucking ridiculous. That tells me that it seems better to put 6 dozen, and it feels like you're getting more than if they put the actual number.
Yeah, no, like 6 dozen sounds more ridiculous than 72.
Which, for those in the audience who don't know about escargot, I'm assuming that's pretty much everybody. If you don't go to like a nice fancy restaurant, Michelin star restaurant, then they come canned not pre-cooked.
Deshelled.
Yeah, deshelled, and they have
They're partially cooked.
They're not partially cooked.
They're flash boiled and slow.
That's not the cook. That's the sanitizing process.
Yeah, but
So
weren't they like slow simmered in a sauce and then sent out?
Okay, yeah, I guess it is already cooked. So yeah, they are inspected for quality and sorted by species, resulting in uniformity in every package, just like Europe. To separate things by species. Be like, no, you are not like these other ones. You have to get out of here. Which, no, even more the French doing that, that's so appropriate. So then you purge and clean. You get rid of the dirty ones. You get them out of your society, you send them somewhere else, and you are left with the nice meat. And the meat's flash boiled, and this is my favorite part. Using advanced technology alongside human expertise, each snail is weighed and measured to separate large and extra large specimen for premium escargot products. So I'm assuming the advanced technology is a scale.
High-tech snail like instruments.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a scale. The high-tech method.
They didn't call it that. It's a high. It's just high tech.
Well, that's because they're trying to sell me on the idea of these stupid fucking canned snails, which isn't gonna work. Sorry.
Which, by the way, had a picture of a shell on it, and there was no shells. Actually, it said there might be some shells. It does say there might be some shells.
Flavor infusion. The snails are simmered in a traditional court bouillon, a fragrant broth infused with a salt, turmeric, and coriander, enhancing their delicate flavor profile.
Ew, French.
And then the finest escargot meats are preserved in tins with their cooking broth, while smaller snails are returned to their shells, paired with the sumptuous garlic herb butter. I don't know what that last part is for. Like,
A
do they
sensuous
have
garlic
like?
herb butter.
Is it, when you go to the gas station and you can buy hard boiled eggs that are like plastic sealed?
Yeah, if you want to die from worms.
Okay, first of all, you're not going to die from worms. You're going to die from cancer from the microplastics. Those don't have it.
I already
Those
have
aren't a lot.
millions of those.
I don't think that those eggs are put in situations to get worms. I'm pretty sure that the eggs that are in plastic bags at the gas station, I mean, they might have some parasites, but they're not gonna. Those are the chickens. You know, the chickens where they have to be held in one position, or with the cows they have to be held in one position so their meat's nice and tender.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that the chickens are treated similarly for these hard-boiled eggs, which I
Just
eat
eggs
them.
out all day.
I eat those hard-boiled eggs.
No.
And I don't eat them consistently. I just eat them every once in a while when I don't want to cook hard-boiled eggs. I've been thinking about hard-boiled eggs all day.
I made an egg bake the other day.
What is that?
So like, broke some eggs. I fried up some potatoes with some veggies and some seasoning, and then I mixed a bunch of cheese with the eggs, and then I poured it in a baking dish and poured the potatoes in it. Baked it for about 20-25 minutes, pulled it out, put a little bit of cheese over the top of it, and put it back in for about 10 minutes. And it comes out like, all the eggs are cooked, and you just like cut it, and it's like literal.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That does sound hype. Kind of like a quiche, but more down my alley because I'm not a big pie guy.
It's quiche-esque.
There was a video I saw somebody that would take eggs and mix it with old spaghetti after they ran out of sauce. And so they'd throw eggs down and then they'd throw the pasta and then they'd cut it into like pizza slices essentially. And I did that and it's really fucking good.
Interesting.
They did it with spaghetti. I did it with old lasagna noodles. And lasagna noodles, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not
okay.
old, I should say. Just leftover lasagna noodles. We had too many for the
oldest ones we could find.
It's like a century egg. No, fucking. Which I saw somebody eat a century egg. It tasted like a rubbery egg, which is way better than the description than I was expecting, and made me realize that I could probably be into century eggs, but I would have to like. I feel like I'd have to like lose a child or something to have the will to try a century egg enough times to be interested in it.
Yeah, I'd have to be down a dark path.
There would have to be some horrible things. Now on the escargot, you were talking about whenever we looked into it, we found out there were wild snails that are usually kept fresh for the like cooked like kind of like lobster.
Oh yeah,
where like
yeah.
the flash boiling and simmering and back into the shell process all happens in a restaurant.
Crazy.
But then they also a lot of the canned snail process is done by snail ranchers, which
that's my new life goal is to be a snail rancher.
I was gonna say you seemed interested in.
I am gonna make the premiumest of snails for consumption.
Okay, I don't know if I would trust you as a snail rancher if you're trying to make creamy snails.
No, premium.
Oh, premium. Okay.
Like
okay.
the best.
That's better.
The cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop.
Like you want to try these snails? Give me about $3,000 for a snail, and I'll give it to you.
I saw a video of Hawk from the WWF. What was his tag team partner's name?
I never really got into wrestling.
Okay. Well, he said he was gonna rape Ric Flair. He said every
Did
part
he
of
do
his
it?
body was hard. I think so. He said every part of his body was hard except for one, and he's gonna find out exactly how. It's only hard sometimes, and then Ric Flair's gonna find out exactly how hard he can be over the 21st and 22nd at these performances where he was trying to advertise. So yeah, I think he did in fact rape Ric Flair on at least one of those nights.
And this was like
nights.
This was on like ESPN or something.
No, this was on
Pay-per-view.
Fox News.
Fox News.
No, I don't actually know where WWF used to do their show on, as I know now it's on USA Network for Raw and Sci-Fi for SmackDown. But broadcast. That's what it's called. I don't know where WWF
TV.
broadcasted initially. That would make sense, but I don't know if Spike TV was around in the 80s. It probably was.
No,
It probably
well,
was.
I don't think so. I don't. Was it? I don't know the history of Spike TV. I guess.
Where did WWF broadcast in 1982? Why not? That's a good year. Oh shit! No, they've been on the USA Network.
Oh, okay. So
They have-
USA's always been like there for.
Might
them.
have, yeah, it might have literally always been aired on the USA Network.
That's the only network for them, though. Like you know, the USA Network. Yeah, of course.
What about WCW? TNT.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That makes a lot of
That
sense
makes
too.
so much sense,
much sense.
actually. That makes as much sense as the Flash show being on the CW.
Man, I can remember when I was a kid, on days I didn't have school, I'd sit at home, play my Game Boy, and I'd have the TV on in the background on like fucking FX or something. And I'd be playing some kind of stupid fucking movie from like 1997. Like, it was
Okay, no,
so
but
much fun.
FXX was really interesting. As a teenager, watching FXX, I feel like kind of sculpted me, in good and bad ways. That's the first place I saw Wilfred, which I have very, very fond memories of that show.
Yes.
I went back and I watched it, and I realized it's not as good as I remember, but it is still.
It's still good.
No, I still very much enjoy the whole theme behind Wilfred
Yeah.
and the Wilfred theme. I used to fall asleep to the Wilfred theme song. But no, what was I gonna? Oh shit, we're gonna have to cut that out. I think I need to figure out a good segue. Oh, I got it. I think that all of these channels, all of these TV channels, I really wish they could have survived, but all I need are my fucking gambling streams now. I don't know how many
Gambling
people still
streams.
watch reality TV. How many people still are a part of like fucking Jersey Shore? I don't know if Jersey Shore is still a thing. I know Survivor hit its recent season, so there's still some reason to go to cable. But also, cable TV is done. Like Survivor is watched online typically. Everybody I know that's watching Survivor is watching episodes online. They're not fucking hopping onto their TV cable.
I didn't know
night.
people were still watching Survivor.
Yeah, it's like season 40 or something.
That is insane.
It is. Funny enough, Raw is Monday Night Raw is one of the highest episodic running television shows, alongside The Simpsons, and I'm pretty sure Survivor.
Wow.
Survivor's one of the top 5. So,
Like,
No, it's
is
been
there
around
even
for a
anybody
while.
original from the first?
I think the host. No, they do. The recent season is a throwback season where they brought back a bunch of people that have
Okay.
been in the other
Yeah,
seasons.
because
I don't know if
like
it's
shows
winners
like
or.
that typically will go back to the well.
And I don't know if they do like we're gonna bring back the winners or we're gonna bring back the popular people, because a lot of times those are different. But I don't watch Survivor because I watch good reality TV
Yeah, like Storage Wars.
no, like fucking American Idol.
Oh my god.
Which Drewski did a great job at continuing the American Idol format. I wonder if that picked up. And I'm very pleased with the way that the internet's like, oh yeah, game shows and reality shows and fucking like talent shows. All of those can be done without cable. We can just do that.
Game Show Network is so good.
And those are, there's a lot of streamers who just do game shows, who just rip off Jeopardy and Plinko.
Okay, yeah.
God, Plinko was the shit. I could fuck up. So if I was on Plinko, I bet I would not be here recording this podcast. I'd have thousands of dollars.
Would you?
I'd have thousands of dollars saved up in the bank, and I'd be a fucking car salesman. No, I could say fuck all that if I just get to see somebody spending thousands of dollars to lose it all, but then get it all back, but then lose it all again, and then get it all back again. Also, I want to see Snooki on one of those. That's the one thing I miss from reality TV when I was a kid.
Snooki.
I used to be sitting on my fucking cable television with waiting for my mom to get home from her job, as I had my divorced household with my remarried mother, and just getting to see fucking ads on VH1 for Jersey Shore, and Snooki's.
Yes,
It's just so small and so orange, and it did something for me. That shit that she used to do with her hair, it was like way up there. It was like a fun northeastern trashy version of how women in the South used to do their big blowout.
Oh.
But like all the women in the South that used to do their big blowout hair reminded me of like the pain of growing up around judge to everyone. All the girls are so judgy in the South. All the girls used to make fun of me.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty fair assessment of people just in general.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't hear about guys getting made fun of by the girls in out west or northeast.
Well, I had a stuttering problem, so I got made fun of by everybody.
I also don't know if I heard about that happening in the South. That might just be me. I might just be a pussy.
Do you think that's why they actually made fun of you?
I think it might not have been, in the South, girls make fun of boys. I think it might just be in the South, I'm a faggot, and so I get made fun of. But hey, at least I don't, like, do anything crazy, like fuck my car. Which car guy do you think fucks their car the most?
Oh, man. I think it's got to be Dodge.
Okay.
I think so.
I was not going to go with an American brand. I was going to go with a Japanese brand.
Which one?
Mazda is one that I lean towards, but I think Mazda dudes they might just finger their car. They might not actually fuck them. I feel like Nissan used to have good enough cars that there's like enough appeal that I could see people wanting to fuck them, and they're in such a sad, sorry state that I could see them actually doing it, just to like relive the glory days.
Yeah, I do miss my Nissan. I miss my Toyota too, but
I used to own a Nissan, and so I can say that I thought about fucking it. I didn't own it long enough to do it. Plus, it was a Frontier, so it wasn't really that fun. It's like a big girl.
I definitely did fuck my Nissan.
It
was a Nissan Sentra Spec V, 5-speed, or no, 6-speed. So much fun. So much fun. That car was so much fun.
Was 6-speed the transmission or the amount that you could fuck?
Both.
So
my favorite was 4th.
Which country do you... Actually, no. Holy shit.
I've got a story about a country. I heard a commercial on the radio the other day about Ukrainian children, and it was like, Ukrainian children can change in autumn leaves. It's like a feel-good story about Ukrainian children picking up autumn leaves to exchange for specialty drinks at coffee places and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know that there's many happy things happen in Ukraine, and that's probably out of necessity more than like a feel-good story.
Why do they care so much about the leaves? That's my first question here.
They're cleaning up the leaves from they're keeping their shit clean.
It's biodegradable, and there's a war happening.
Well, look. I'm just saying that the kids can go exchange a number of leaves, and I just...
No, you're right. That is happening by necessity. What the fuck is the fucking coffee shop going to do with these leaves?
I really don't know.
Hopefully something.
I don't understand it. I don't know.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for people lately. Which I was going to say it feels weird, but there did used to be like Coney 2012 and shit like that. So there's always been ads for humanitarian effort. But I've been seeing ads about Palestine. I've been seeing ads about Sandy Hook. My sweet little Daniel.
What if those leaves in Ukraine aren't autumn colored, but they're blood colored from the war?
They're getting all the blood covered leaves out of there, and they're
telling
the kids,
so it doesn't look.
They're telling the kids, "Hey, go get the red leaves. They're autumn leaves." There's going to be a whole conspiracy post on 4chan, but there's
Probably tomorrow.
It's going to be a fucking post that's going to be about the red leaves in Ukraine. But no, I do think it's interesting that it feels like there's a burgeoning industry around not necessarily humanitarian efforts, but the things that lead to humanitarian efforts. And this has been a thing since the 2000s, that you've seen people decide that they want to spend a bunch of money to gain awareness over this thing so they can write it off on their taxes and not have to pay as much for their business. And then everybody who donates gets to feel good, and the person who started it gets a bunch of money off, and everybody wins, supposedly. Even though a lot of the time, like Coney 2012, the people who are actually in need don't get the help that they need. This does feel like
look like they get the help they need.
Well, I don't. It feels like we're not doing that anymore. It feels like it really is more. Do you know about people gambling on events, on world events? What is that called? There's a name for it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, because I think a guy at work, he's got like a website where you can bet on pretty much anything all the time.
It's like probability gambling or something like that. Oh, wage gambling.
Yeah, that's a
wager. Hold on, wait, no, never mind. No, that's not a thing. I don't know what the fuck that was. Either way,
like that,
now people can like bet on whether or not like the war in Palestine, the ceasefire will continue or shit like that.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if now we are going full force from, oh yeah, we can make money while also making it at least appear possibly actually help the people that are in need in these other countries. Now it's like, oh yeah, this is the new brandable thing.
Oh,
and it's gone full force into, we can brand a way to help these people that's not actually doing anything, because not only are the supplies or whatever like help assistance is necessary in Ukraine, Palestine, fucking I forgot what Palestine was called there for a second. That's what that that's what that pause was. Or even like American cities that are having mass shootings. Instead of it being like, oh, we're gonna do this, it's, oh, we're going to make it seem like we're actually caring, and then we're also going to make money off of it. And you can make money off of it too. Do it. Make money off of it. Go bet on these events. Make money off the horrors of the world.
See, and that's lead to the downfall right there, when you can bet on shit like that.
I think that's like one of the things that happened in Rome whenever the downfall of Rome was happening, right?
I don't know.
They were like betting on whether or not Caesar was going to fuck another little boy.
But he was so popular, we named a dressing after him.
Okay, no. He was not so popular that we named a dressing after him. I'm sorry, I'm unprofessional.
There's a day of celebration.
No, he was so known, so well known. Popular actually, does popular imply that people like them?
I think there's a connotation to that. But
yeah, it definitely does.
Okay, yeah.
He was well known. He was famous. He's so famous he got a dressing named after him, but he's not so popular. He is not
among
so
a certain
popular.
group, he was popular.
Among the type of group that wants to see Donald Trump get a 4th and a 5th term. Notice I skipped the 3rd one because he's already going to get it, according to them. No, yeah. I think Erica deserves her chance. First female president.
No, absolutely.
We got the first gay president.
What?
Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, no,
sucked
you're
Bill
right.
Clinton's big ol' hoo-ha.
You're right. Sucked him dry.
I can say peanut. I can say dick. I can say Bill's dick. Big Hubba's Bubba.
Who do you think was better, him or Lewinsky?
Him.
You think so?
He has a penis. He knows what needs to be done. That's just like statistically.
He knows what needs to be done.
My question, what I want to know is if he returned the favor. Did Bill Clinton suck off Donald Trump? Because according to the rumors, Donald Trump sucked off Bill Clinton. And that makes sense. You know, Bill Clinton's a perv. Bill Clinton's always been getting head anytime he can. I think that It would be
It's not gay if
unprecedented.
it's happening to me.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that he could be the type that would say it's not gay if the balls don't touch. But at the same time, the dress, he wore the dress supposedly to model for the painting that Jeffrey Epstein had. And so maybe he is like a little effeminate bitch boy that would like get fucked in the ass by big man Donald Trump, which I think, I said this as a bit last episode, the episode before. I do think that Donald Trump's got like a big chode. I don't think it's a little chode, but
you think he's hung?
I think I don't know. I think he's got an average sized penis that's a little bit thicker than normal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I made the joke that it's like a 6-inch diameter with like a 2-inch, but I think it's more like probably like 4 to 5 inches, and then like the size of my wrist.
Jesus Christ.
Like a weirdly thick penis. No, you're not bi. You don't. You don't know what a weirdly thick penis looks like. But I've seen many a weird. Like you see, it's like you should be longer. You're too thick for how short
stubby.
you are. Yeah, you're a little bit stubby, and not in like a bad way. I can work with this, but like this is gonna feel weird going in. Like you try to fit your mouth around it, you're like ah. It's like a snake unhinging your jaw. But like no, I think I want to believe that Bill Clinton sucked Donald Trump's penis. I can't because he seems like a very selfish. Bill Clinton seems like a more selfish lover than Donald Trump, which is saying something.
Maybe it was a bet. They bet on the Gulf War and Bill Clinton lost.
Hey, I bet you were gonna win this war. No, I think Bill Clinton won the bet. I think the bet was that Donald Trump. The end of the bet was that if Donald Trump lost, he had to suck Bill Clinton's penis.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it does seem like hot take. I don't think Donald Trump is a pedophile. I think he used to be an ephebophile in his mid-20s and early 30s. I don't know if he'd fuck 16-year-olds at this point in time. What I do know is that he's moving women. I know that for a fact. This is not alleged. I know for a fact that the president is moving girls. No, satire. This is satire. It is alleged.
That's like President's Movement Service.
No. This is not serious. We're not being serious.
It's not PMS.
There's supposedly allegations of him moving high grade escorts. Much different than high quality. Moving high grade escorts to famous people in New York, and I think that's why him and Epstein both knew Ghislaine. So overall, I think that there's a chance. There's more of a chance that I think he sucked Bill Clinton's penis and would be down to suck a grown man's dick than some of the other allegations that have come out about him. That's for damn sure.
Maybe. We'll see.
Together,
I'm very like.
I think they're in the same business.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I truly do believe that Donald Trump saw how comfortable Epstein was getting with kids and fucking kids, and he was like, maybe I'm gonna put a little bit of a between us, just a little bit of distance. Yeah, I can take my own plane. You need a flight? We're kind of full right now. Sorry.
I don't know. We'll see. It does seem like they had some tight connections during some questionable times.
You think Donald Trump's a furry?
No, I don't see him as being a furry.
Damn. If he was a furry, what would his persona be? I think it'd be a wolf. Strong, powerful.
I was thinking a bear.
But fuckable, breedable. Bear would also make sense. Kind of soft and fluffy, but also still like
right.
To take a fucking nuclear missile out of the sky. Whatever his persona is, it's definitely tougher than New York's. Did you ever? Not New York. North Korea. What's the difference? It's a Freudian slip.
Oh god. Oh, no.
No, did you ever know about the Hatsune Miku Thomas Jefferson Hatsune Miku binder?
No, I don't think so.
All right, we're gonna give you a little rundown, because I think we're close to getting this kind of president. But whenever Hamilton was popular on Tumblr, people would make I say people. One person made a bunch of inserts, her own custom, their own custom. I don't know what their pronouns are. I was gonna say they. I don't even know what their sex is. I don't know who made this, but whoever they were was a fucking menace. And they made Thomas Jefferson Miku binder. I can probably link this in the podcast, but
Oh my
for
God.
those who aren't watching. It is a picture of a purple curly-haired, brown-skinned person with glasses that is supposed to be Thomas Jefferson. Has a binder, which is a tank top for pressing boobs down that has Hatsune Miku on it, and a shirt, an off-the-shoulder top that says "I met God, she's black." And here's the whole thing. He, him pronouns. English, French, some Japanese are the languages that are spoken. He's an art education major. I had to remember what pronouns to use. 5'11", 26 years old. Also, holy shit. That is a naturally, not naturally. Well, yeah, naturally born female that is 5'11". That's crazy. So born and raised in Virginia.
I've met some pretty tall women.
My mom's pretty tall, but like 5'11". That's wild. That's a glamazon right there. Maybe that's why he was like, no, I have to be a boy. This self-insert that's definitely Thomas Jefferson, who was born and raised in Virginia. That is true. That is a historical fact. Furry taking Japanese lessons. I don't think that's a historical fact. I don't think Thomas Jefferson took Japanese lessons. I'm pretty sure he
Probably
was a
not.
furry.
You're
I
a
think-
preacher who's a furry?
I think you have to be a furry to be the president.
Is that?
It's part of the secret society thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the court of owls. That's why it's the court of owls.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that
Because
makes
owls
sense.
obviously fuck the most out of any animal.
Yeah. We
So
all say we fuck like owls.
yeah, that's like it's a common saying. We all, oh yeah, they be fucking like owls over there. It's their honeymoon night.
Who?
They're fucking like owls. Cuts to the cabin. Who? So yeah, Thomas Jefferson thinks he can cook, but he can't. He dated Angelica Schuler. It's a German name. It's hard to pronounce. Schuyer. I never watched Hamilton, and I'm not that well versed in American prehistory. I'm mostly the Revolutionary stuff. So I don't know how to pronounce that name. But it was before his transition. Her dad had no idea, calls her Angie. He's one of the few who can do it and live. Which, for Tumblr, I feel like it's usually like, oh, he's one of the few people who can do that and live to tell the tale. This is about America, 1700s America. I wonder if this version of Thomas Jefferson is legitimately murdering people who misgender him.
Absolutely.
Which would be crazy. Alternate reality where Thomas Jefferson's a serial killer. It's just like kill black. Well, Thomas Jefferson liked to rape and kill his black slaves.
Yeah.
So doing that, not the rape part though, but like doing the
I mean, he
whole.
basically was that.
Listen, you can't misgender me, and then just beating a slave to death, and everyone's like, don't call Angela by her real name. He's obsessed with anime. Obsessed. All caps says obsessed.
That's a historical fact.
Yeah, that one's normal. We're just gonna pass over that. Thomas Jefferson obviously liked anime. He wouldn't learn Japanese for it, but he did like anime.
You like the pictures.
Frequents Barnes and Nobles and Starbucks. So naturally runs into Alexander and his ex Angelica a lot.
Yeah, and
which-
everybody knows that Starbucks is one of the original companies that founded America.
John's former drug dealer. and he used to be addicted to cocaine, and he hates to recall his past. Which, whenever I read this out to people, I always add a tortured past there. I feel like it was a little bit too on the nose for the person who made this, but that's like, there's all obvious, like, oh, look at how horrible he grew up. That's not being brought up here, like a fucking D&D character. So
Thomas Jefferson was in the street snorting blow before he became president.
now that we've gotten here, I want to point out how much this is an episode of Degrassi. Like, this is not Hamilton at all, by any means. This is fucking Skins, Degrassi. We're just... Tattoo artist gave Peggy her first tattoo. I'm pretty sure Peggy is supposed to be the one who, like, made the... What was the name of the person who sewed the American flag? Wasn't it Pegram something? Anyways, pretends to like jazz and classical, but really likes K and J-pop trash. Flamboyant, loudmouth, and bad at love. Alexander did not want him to have a bracelet, but Maria makes them, and she seems to like him, so he got one. And he always beats Alex at Pokemon.
Always?
Because, that's because.
Sounds
I thought
like-
that was black.
Sounds
because
like Alex might just be bad at playing Pokemon.
his are ginned by James. Alex knows, but pride always drives him to rematch him. So this is not Thomas Jefferson. Dropping all satire, pretense. This is not Thomas Jefferson, except for the furry part. I don't know where they got their ideas from. There's one of these for every character in Hamilton as well, but the Thomas Jefferson is the one that really took off. It's the one that matters. It's the fun one that everybody makes fun of. But the reason I bring that up, I think we're like just about maybe 20 years away from having a president like that.
You think they go on a genocide for people that use the wrong pronoun?
Well, maybe other than that. I hope that's not a part of it. I don't want to see America be authoritarian in either direction, personally. Imagine like Donald Trump gets another term of his presidency and starts ethnically cleansing Mexican people, and everyone's like, whoa, we didn't want this. This was not a part of the deal. So he runs for election and people vote him out because despite the horrible things he did, we still have power as American citizens, and then we vote in somebody who's left wing that can hopefully fix a lot of the horrible things that were done. And they start like letting trans people kill other people in self-defense for like being misgendered, and everyone's like, wait, too far the other direction.
Well, we have a great history of overcorrecting.
I think it would be only during that Frank Zappa, when I was watching the Frank Zappa interviews, one of the things he said that I resonated with the most, that I thought was actually really accurate, is it's like, but of course we're going to be ignorant about that, and what would we be as Americans if not ignorant? And everyone cheered and clapped. And I was like, damn, so it really is just like, yeah, we're stupid. Yeah, we don't care about other countries and we're stupid. Go America.
Yeah, that feels right.
And like, I didn't disagree. Thinking back, I probably should. I probably should have had a moment where I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. But also like, no, that's how I felt about the situation. I agreed with them. That is very American. We don't like our history. We like making money. Which...
Yeah, no, history's boring.
Man, Frank Zappa was a very nihilistic person. Holy shit. He said that he was asked if it was good that we were going out to find life on other planets. And he said that he thinks that if a higher life form, if a life form that had similar intelligence or higher than ours was to interact with us, they would see all the horrible things that we've done, and they would realize that the best option was to completely wipe the face of the planet clean of them. And he would think, he's like, and I think that'd probably be the best option for us. I think overall it would be a good thing for somebody to come in and see all of these problems and decide to just wipe it all clean. And I was like, damn, that's like a really drastic opinion to have about your fellow man. That's crazy. That's a wild thing to say.
Not Not me seeing it from his side.
Well, I was gonna say at the same time, I see the way that social media. I saw somebody my Instagram notifications, which I only have because I'm staying up to date on festivals. Don't use Instagram; it sucks. Use YouTube instead. Instagram was going through and sending me notifications. One of them said, "I'm at this." It wouldn't say, but I'm at this. But it was like at the pray for my friend. Horrible things happened, and it was a picture at a funeral. And then the next notification I got was from a meme chat, and it just said ja 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 ja, and had a picture next to it. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
That is some high swinging emotions.
My normal, just regular Instagram feed's giving me those level of swinging emotions back and forth. And I have to imagine most people's feed is probably very similar.
Oh, yeah.
People being like, wow, these horrible things happened to me and I feel so bad. And then other people being like, look at this funny image that I found. And then vice versa. People seeing an image and being like, this is so horrible that we're joking about this type of thing and making a big deal out of it. And other people seeing like Ukrainian children picking up leaves and being like, haha, bloody leaves. So like,
it's just a story of a bunch of murdered children and then like a picture of a cat's butthole.
Yeah. So no, I think that when I see the way that social media and human interactions are treated, I can understand where Frank Zappa's coming from. But like I was saying earlier, I feel like the better thing to do is have humility and understanding to try and foster an atmosphere that doesn't do that. But that's not fun. Nobody wants that. And people want the chaos that comes from...
Well, the division creates, revenue.
And people want to see a person eating nachos on the toilet, pooping and eating at the same time. Because they want to do that. They want to see someone moving their ass and screaming because they want to do that. They want to see somebody fuck a child because they want to do that. And
they should probably stop and not want to do that.
This is America. This is the world that we've created. And something needs to be done to stop it.
And it's cleansing from an alien race.
Apparently, according to Frank Zappa. According to Frank Zappa and probably a lot of other people. I imagine he's not the first person to have that thought of like, wow, if we met other aliens, which I don't agree on his take that they most likely would kill us. I think that if we met a race that was more intelligent than us, they would be like, oh, we can manipulate these people. We should probably make sure they don't get violent like they have in the past, but we can get things out of them. And I think that makes more sense as a society to do.
Is jump an alien planet?
No, is to see an alien planet that wants to interact with you and make it seem like it's a good idea when you're actually just going to take advantage of them and use them as a power source, Matrix style. Oh, okay. I think that the Matrix is more common of a possibility than us just getting completely wiped by an alien race. But if that was to happen, I can understand why people would think it's a good thing.
We're going to become batteries for AI.
I'd hope not. That sucks. I saw a comic of
It's simulation theory, but in a different way now.
See, I saw a comic of some spaceman, some like Star Trek style astronaut landing on a planet, and they were like, yeah, we've got this chamber that you can get into and you can experience all these different other planets that we have logged without ever actually like leaving, without ever having any danger to your body. It's like, why would I do that? It's like, because it's easy. It's so much easier and it's safer. It's like, okay, well, I can give it a shot just for a little bit, and then it shows him in this fucking pod like with his fucking eyes all everywhere, like his eyes like going like cross-eyed, and it shows just a full basement full of like people being used like that. And I was like, damn, that really is like a scary possibility for the future of the planet. That there's not any people anymore, and anybody who does land here gets taken into this basement to be used as a battery, not by an alien race, but by other people. Because of the AIs that we create that are like, oh, these types of people, the most efficient use for them is to put them in a box and use them as an energy source. They're unemployed and they can't do anything, so we should just like give them a happy life.
You're a battery now.
And turn them into a battery. And like, I don't know, I don't want that.
Would you rather live in the fake reality or wake up as a battery?
I'd rather wake up as a battery and have a chance to get out. I would not want to live for my whole life. I wouldn't want to live in ignorance.
Would you think you truly got out of the battery finally, or do you think that
Oh,
you would think
dude,
there might be more?
That's such a
Like
good
a
point.
Russian doll type
That would
thing.
fuck me up so bad if I woke up and then was like keep waking up in this new reality that I woke up.
Because that's part of like simulation theory. Is that like
There's simulations on simulations on
yeah,
simulations.
and it just keeps going down.
I wouldn't believe that, but I would be really fucked up by the idea. Like I think I have a very good sense of my own consciousness to feel my reality is real. Maybe I have not enough of a sense based on simulation theory, but if it was fake, I would want to know. And that would drive me crazy in the back of my mind, being like, well, if that one was fake, what the fuck is to say this one is real? And waiting for the day that I wake up in a completely new reality, in a completely new simulation.
As a different battery.
As a different battery. And being like, well, oh, God, wait a minute. But that, I was tripping one time watching an episode of Off the Air that had a bit where it was like, we're talking about patterns and repeating. And it was right after we saw one that was based on tech, and there's a specific animation in it where this girl is going through doors that are in reality. And so it's like different fake cubes or teleportation doors or whatever you want to think about, but she would like walk down like a forest step and open a hatch and go down that, and then there would be like a door and she'd open a door behind the door that was there, and it was just like portals on portals on portals, and it was supposed to be a way to like visualize what transportation is going to look like in the future. And it fucked with me so bad. And then I got the patterns one, and I started thinking about like what in my life is real and what's a figment of my imagination. Not even like simulation theory, but the idea of like metaphysical things, like air, like there's things here, like there's resistance when I push my hands forward, but I can't see that. And so how much of that is made up? How much of that is just sensory? How much of my life is a sensory experience, and how much of it is real? And that's not a thought you should have when you're tripping. I mean, you can.
You'll get lost.
But yeah, you'll get lost very hard.
You'll get lost real quick.
It'll get really scary.
Yeah, I once got lost in the process of like eating, and how like everything just kind of like recycles. Well, no, I wasn't eating. Just like the thought of like like everything cycles.
And then poop goes into the soil, and it helps grow the food, and then the food is grown. That's nice, though. That's a cool cycle. That's the natural cycle. I feel like...
I thought of it from a weird...
a weird, fucked up...
Yeah, it was a different perspective than that one, but...
What do you think's the most comfortable place to touch your balls?
On the train station.
That's not what I meant.
Just on the train. Oh, like play like spot?
Yeah. We can talk about the other one. We can talk. I would say probably the bathroom while pooping, a public bathroom while pooping, because those are usually a lot further. Just like pull it forward, give yourself a little bit more space. Computer desk is the most uncomfortable. I don't care what anybody says. Holding my balls at my desk, I only do it because I have to. I have a tiny goblin that sits underneath my desk that forces me. If I don't hold my balls every hour, it starts poking my balls with a pitchfork.
It wrings my ball sack.
I keep trying to get him evicted, but he's on the lease. He can't. He came with the lease. I can't get rid of him.
Got about 5 more months with this motherfucker.
No, I think that like holding your balls in a public bathroom is one of the best. The more I think about it, that's the one that I keep going to. Like
you just cradle them?
I think school is also fun to cradle your balls in, but that's just because I was a kid. Just touching my balls like I wasn't supposed to. Wearing my mom's underwear like I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Going into the bathroom and taking a quick little break in math class. Thinking about the teacher. Why is she looking at you like that? Meanwhile, she's just like trying to get you to pay attention.
Specifically the like 78-year-old teacher that was...
Well, no, my math teacher was like 30-something.
I never had...
And as tall as me.
Math teacher. I had a couple younger science teachers, but never math.
A little bit of biology.
Never math.
Show me some biology, baby. And then she's like, you are 15. Please get out of my class. Stop flirting
Like
with me.
halfway through high school, pretty much everybody finally had at least a flip phone. And
Sending pictures of penises all
you know,
over the place.
like you could just add stuff on the thing. You know, it's like we're actively being told in school, like, you're not gonna have these calculators on your person. And I'm like, well, like my singular flip phone probably it already has a calculator. So
What does that have to do with fucking teachers?
well, because all my old ass teachers.
Oh, okay, yeah. There weren't. How are you gonna fuck a teacher that doesn't know you can have a calculator on your phone?
Right. I mean, it's just too old and crispy.
I don't know. I got mommy issues, so that sounds perfect for me.
An old and crispy bitch.
Dude, I don't watch porn anymore. I just go onto Reddit. I look up OBSF, stands for old but still fuckable. There's a bunch of, you know what's funny? There's a bunch of 50 and 6-year-old women that are like, dude, I get railed and I fucking love it. Who wants to fuck me next? And then there's women who are like in their 30s and 40s that are like, am I still hot? Am I still desirable? Do I still do it for you guys? And some days that's a turn on.
There's like a hump, I guess,
That's the most comfortable place to hold your balls.
while looking at Reddit.
In bed, looking at Reddit, I was like staring at 50-year-old titties. Dude, fuck young bartender titties. Fuck young fake bartender titties. I want old. Louis C.K. had a bit about that. I want old, wrinkled, fucking aged titties. I want them to like hang a little bit. I want it to. You can tell that a baby sucked on them for a few for a few months. Give me titties that have a history.
Historical titties.
I want those historical. Do you think girls feel the same way about balls?
I can't imagine.
I
so.
bet a girl's most comfortable place to to grab and hold balls is a lot different than a guy's.
Yeah, probably.
You said train station.
Yeah. You know, just at the train station, just holding balls.
Okay, yeah, fair. When you put it like that,
It really just asserts your dominance.
when you
over
put
the
it like
area.
that, I can't argue too much with it.
No one must be on a train.
They don't call it running a train for nothing,
Yeah, that's
even though it's not the same thing at all.
yeah. Train station, bedside, whatever.
Oh, on my notes I had what the hottest furry was, I think it would probably be some sort of bird, because they have a cloaca instead of a vagina, so they have anal and vaginal at the same time.
I mean, that sounds like it's hot for the bird.
And it's not hot for you,
I guess it
motherfucker.
could- I mean, I don't know. I never
You
thought
don't
about
want to
fucking
fuck
a bird. I guess.
You don't want to fuck a cloaca.
I guess I've never considered the action. I can't say I've ever sat around and been like, man, you know, a cloaca would be pretty nice.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it'd be new, different, and it would be, I think, the most foreign, while still being able to like get off on. You've played Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Actually, I have not.
So Chica, hold on, I'm gonna pull up some Rule 34 of Chica.
Oh no, not Rule 34.
From
no,
Five Nights at
no,
Freddy's.
Rule 34. No.
And I want you to tell me, well, that's not a cloaca. That's just not a Those aren't cloacas. Why do all these depictions of this bird have a vagina?
It's a humanoid bird, right? I mean, that feels like probably the most logical choice.
I'm going back. God damn it. All these birds have vaginas.
None
of these have a cloaca.
I don't think
and
people
so,
have the same obsession with cloacas
well,
that you do.
That's not a cloaca. All right. So this is also
so
a
I'm telling
puppet.
you,
This
do not
isn't.
look up Rule 34.
You telling me you wouldn't fuck that bird?
I don't know if I could fuck a bird.
You telling me you don't want Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's wrapped around your cock? That's weird.
Oh yeah, no, that's the weirdest one.
That I don't like the way that looks.
Why is it thinking about an egg?
Anatomically not correct. And that looks like Princess Peach. These are bad. These are bad. People who make Rule 34 for Five Nights at Freddy's need to get their fucking act together.
Why don't you make one?
Because I don't draw. I'll make a Five Nights at Freddy's porn song, but I can't fucking draw Five Nights at Freddy's porn.
Maybe that should be the opening for the next one.
What?
The Five Nights at Freddy's cloaca sex song.
Well, it should be the one for this one. I haven't made the song for this one yet.
That's true.
All right. So right about now is probably when it'll start playing the Five Nights at Freddy's porn song. I'll find some good song. We'll make a day of it, and the moaning will start about here, and that's the episode.
All right.
We're ending with Five Nights at Freddy's porn.
Remember, don't look up Rule 34.
Don't look up Rule 34. Support your local porn artists. Go to their website. Commission. Always get a commission, and make sure that you're jerking off responsibly. Thanks for listening to the podcast.